On an average day in an average American home, the TV is on for 6 hours and 47 minutes. Most television is uneducational and much is filled with violence. Television has become so central to most American lives and heavily influences their thoughts and actions. Since television's inception around 100 years ago, people used it for different purposes. Some to watch sporting events, some to keep up with the news, and some just watch to be entertained. It's hard to turn on the TV today and find programming that has educational value. Even the History Channel fills its lineup with academic masterpieces like Pawn Stars and American Pickers. And on the Learning Channel, our esteemed professors are secretly pregnant, say yes to the dress, and little people, big world. So has our programming always been designed to facilitate stupidity, or is this just a recent phenomenon? So millions of Americans are hooked on television. They watch so much that they fit the definition of substance abuse as defined by the official psychiatric journal. The criteria for substance abuse, as in TV watching, would be 1. Using the TV as a sedative, which means they use television for drug-like effects of being able to turn their brain off. 2. Indiscriminate viewing, which basically means that the viewer doesn't necessarily control what they're watching, they don't care what they're watching, they just choose programming without even thinking about what they should watch or what they would even like to watch. Number 3 is feeling a loss of control while viewing. Number 4 would be feeling angry with oneself for watching too much TV. Number 5 would be the inability to stop watching. And number 6 is feeling miserable when kept from watching TV. So as you can see, these common afflictions of heavy television viewers are also common to smokers, alcoholics, and even drug abusers. One rationalization the TV has is it's not portrayed as an enemy or a vice like cigarettes, alcohol, or drugs are, but rather as a harmless or perhaps even educational form of entertainment that can be turned off at any time, which we all know it can't. Children are some of the worst or most prominent abusers of television. 2/3 of infants and toddlers watch an average of 2 hours of TV a day. Children and teenagers spend nearly twice as much time watching television as they do in school. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends that kids under the age of 2 years old do not watch any TV at all, and the kids over 2 should be limited to 1 or 2 hours of quality programming. Quality programming means educational shows and not just entertainment. Uncensored TV use by children also teaches them the wrong things. By the time a kid has finished elementary school, they have viewed, on average, 8,000 murders on TV. Heavy TV usage is also linked with poor performance in school, as well as the loss of creativity and intelligence. So now we know television has many bad effects, but there's many more than just what I've said so far. There's also brainwashing and developing a commercialistic attitude. Much of the cable company's revenue, of course, comes from advertising. The average person, by the time they reach 65 years old, has seen 2 million commercials. These advertisements, in my opinion, are quick brainwashing segments that are used to fill your brain while you're in a relaxed state of TV viewing. You basically have your brain turned off. And they tote things like the need to upgrade to a new smartphone, or that you need this online degree from this unaccredited school that'll really change your life and get you out of debt, or how delicious a bacon, beef, and cheddar sandwich is from Arby's. So speaking of Arby's, TV is also a big cause of a sedentary lifestyle, which leads to heavy weight gain and other health problems. Most heavy television users, they tend to absorb themselves in the TV doing what's called binge viewing, which is just letting their bodies atrophy sitting on the couch for hours and hours at a time watching TV. So even with lots of good intentions, most Americans cannot kick the habit of watching TV. So TV addiction is a serious problem. Obviously, we've already gone through that. And the average person will spend 9 years of their entire lives watching TV. 99% of households possess at least one television, compared to fewer than 50% of households only 50 years ago, and 66% of households have 3 or more TVs. TV is watched while eating meals and snacks, taking the attention off of eating habits. Some people barely even notice when they're eating what they're eating when they watch TV. It is easy to eat straight through a TV show that's an hour long, putting well over 1,000 calories down your stomach at a time. And as I said earlier, TV is also linked to a sedentary lifestyle. So a sedentary lifestyle compared with eating lots of junk food and, of course, overeating, 1,000 calories at a time, can easily cause weight gain and other health problems. So watching TV before bedtime, this is also a big problem. Watching TV before bedtime interferes with sleep patterns. Some people even have a television in their bedrooms and watch TV as they fall asleep with a sleep timer, which basically you set it for 30 minutes to an hour, and you sit there and let your brain turn off while you're watching the TV, and it'll shut off after that certain amount of time. If you haven't fallen asleep by then, just extend it a few more minutes. And there's also some people who just sleep the whole night with the TV on. Just wake up and there it is, still on. So then, I mean, as we know, besides diet and exercise, sleep is the most important thing you can do for your body. They recommend at least 7 or 8 hours a night, but that's not what the speech is about. But what I'm trying to say is, if you don't get proper sleep every night due to watching TV, it's going to also hurt your health just as much as a sedentary lifestyle or binge eating. So, obviously, sleeping with television on is detrimental to your sleep, and having a television in your bedroom is potentially dangerous even to your health. So, there's a lot of bad effects of television, but let's think about what would happen if we just turned the television off. What if we stopped watching? Well, people always complain of never having enough time to do all the things they wish they could. People have these to-do lists that are pages and pages long and feel stressed over a time crunch, but they spend most of their days stuck to the TV. They sit on the couch and get nothing accomplished when we could get a lot accomplished if we spent a lot less time watching TV. As I stated at the beginning, we watch nearly 7 hours of TV a day. In the nearly 7 hours we watch TV a day, anyone could tackle a project they've been wanting to. You could spend quality time with your family, get some much needed exercise, or spend some time on those educational pursuits we've all been wanting to do. So, besides the time factor and getting in shape, you could also save a lot of money by not watching TV. With cable costing $50 to $100 even more, if you get the premium channels every month, and TV sets can cost hundreds to thousands of dollars for new smart TVs and 82-inch, wall TVs. The amount of money that's spent by consumers as a byproduct of advertising is just ridiculous. So you add those things together, and people could save hundreds of dollars a month by not having a TV. So turning off TV saves time and money. So how can we stop watching TV? Well, now that you know the hazards and consequences of television addiction, the next step is just to unplug and move on with your life. There are many resources to help with breaking the addiction. Some of the better strategies are, I'll go through about 5 or 6 of them. Number one would be that most TVs come with a recording device now, such as a DVR. Well, you can cut down on your mindless viewing by only watching programs you previously recorded. And this doesn't include reruns. These are your new shows that are coming out that you've been excited to see. You just record them and then set a time in your schedule to watch, and then bring the whole family together and watch together. Another one would be to make plans to only watch a certain amount of TV a day and cut that number weekly. Say start with 4 hours of TV in a day, and the next week go for 3.5, cut one show out, and you can gradually work your way down. You could replace the time you normally spend watching TV with a new exciting activity. I wouldn't recommend replacing the TV time with chores or doing extra work, because that could just lead to burnout, and you'll just want to go back to watching TV because you'll associate that with good things and not watching TV with bad things. So replace it with something fun, maybe some outdoor activity, maybe just some kind of art, something you like to do. Don't watch TV while you're eating, working, or multitasking. That just causes you to eat more and watch more mindlessly. You could keep a TV journal. Basically, you just record everything you watch in your journal and record what you're thinking, what you're feeling while you're watching these programs, and could review it periodically to see what you could cut out. If you're watching several reruns of the same show and you're like, I'm so bored when I'm watching this show, but I got nothing better to do, kind of take a step back and be like, is this really the best use of your time? And my personal favorite, of course, is just to get the TV out of the house. That's what I've done. I was in the Army for a while, and I couldn't bring a TV with me everywhere I went, so I just got used to not watching it. And you have to come up with better entertainment options for yourself. But in that time, I got pretty good at playing the guitar and doing a lot of other things, and really developed a love of reading again. So there's really only positive effects of getting rid of the TV. So by cutting down your TV, or not watching it at all, you'll rediscover your creative side, you'll spend less money, you'll improve your overall fitness. So as I've spoken out today, TV's got many detrimental effects on your body, your mind, and your finances. Almost every household has a TV. Most households have 3 or more on average. and the average time spent watching TV is almost 7 hours a day. So TV has unknowingly become a lifestyle for Americans, and while it's here to stay, it doesn't have to stay in control of your life. I encourage everyone that listens to my speech to take a step back and take control of your life and spend some of that time that you normally spend watching TV doing something meaningful. My name is Jacob Davis. Thank you for listening.